When I the courthouse, which could be considered a prison to some extent, I was amazed. The staff signed me in and I witnessed people crying. These were professionals who had no issue dealing with murderers and other criminals. It's a tough place for everyone there, and seeing them cry was surprising. However, law enforcement from the courthouse later told the press that my account of the day was not true. According to them, no one cried and nothing happened as I had described. The person is really funny. The right-wingers who believe him are equally amusing. I get frustrated with the right-wingers, but you guys are also a hilarious bunch. I mean, do you really think what he's saying is true? Like, Trump walks into a New York courthouse and people start crying, saying, "What happened to you, Donald Trump? You're breaking my heart." I don't know why he thinks people in New York talk like that. When asked about the incident, Cameron, a law enforcement official, flatly denied it. "Not even close," he said. "I didn't see a single tear, and no one was crying." Of course, it's easy to see why some people might find Trump entertaining, even if they know he's a liar and a con man. But let's be real here, you can't seriously believe that he's honest about everything. I mean, sure, in the grand scheme of things, this one incident may not matter all that much. But if Bernie did something like this, it wouldn't be enough to make me turn on him. Still, I'd be like, Brian is acting super cringe, so maybe that's why he's doing it. But it's fascinating how Trump tends to use the same phrasing. For example, when Governor Ron DeSantis asked for his endorsement, he came to me with tears in his eyes. Why does everyone have to come to him with tears in their eyes every time? I know why, and that's what makes it so funny. Every time someone comes up to him, they've got tears in their eyes. If you're a normal person, you're probably wondering why. I believe that the right-wing mindset is attracted to Trump for a couple of reasons. Firstly, they see him as so tough that even other tough guys, whether they're cops or court officials or politicians like DeSantis, start crying the moment they see how tough he is. To be fair, several people, including Ted Cruz and Lindsey Graham, have done that. In fact, Lindsey Graham nearly cried on Fox News while trying to raise money for Donald Trump. Secondly, for the right wing, Trump is like a messiah. He's not just a goofy, hilarious con man politician like he is to us. So, if he were to tell me that story in a red state, I'd probably halfway believe him. I think there are definitely people who cry when they see Donald Trump. I wouldn't say that there's nobody. In fact, I bet a lot of right-wingers would weep like babies because to them, he's like a messiah. But to your point about Bernie, if he said something like, "When I walked in, everyone cried," we would be like, what happened to Bernie? Why is he all of a sudden making people cry? Secondly, if Bernie did something like this, it would be a big deal because he doesn't have the reputation of being a tough guy like Trump does. If Bernie were to say something outrageous like, "I was in South Carolina and all the cops started crying for me," we would be skeptical. We may support Medicare for all, but we know that story isn't true. However, for right-wingers, the truth doesn't matter as much. To be fair, sometimes even on the left, whether it's the establishment media or online communities, people just want to hear what they want to hear. We're all vulnerable to that. A perfect example of this is the Rebecca Jones story, where the left kept reporting lies because they wanted it to be true so badly. The problem with the Rebecca Jones story is that every major news outlet just regurgitated her lies without doing their due diligence. Even we relied on everyone else's reporting, and it turned out to be inaccurate. It's frustrating because the media hates DeSantis and their bias clouds their judgment. Additionally, the mainstream media has never read a poll on policies because every single one shows that the country is overwhelmingly progressive. Yet, they're always shocked by this fact. I document instances of this in my upcoming book, which will be available at justicescomingtoyou.com. The corporate media never wants to believe that the average American thinks that the government should be decent to them. It's not stunning at all that a huge percentage of Americans want paid family leave. This is in every freaking poll. People just believe what they want to believe. On the left, I don't see anything where we believe in Bozo the clown who says absurd, over-the-top hilarious things and then take it seriously. Maybe one day, but not now. If you want to pre-order my book, Justice, you can do so and learn more about the issues facing our country. I agree with you that we don't have a Trump equivalent on the left. There's normal bias, and then there's Trump. Come on guys. We're fair enough to call out Democrats and progressives all the time, but that's just how we are at TYT.